Do you know that there are so many aspects of a test in a relationship? And this test can only prove that person if that person truly loves you. It's not everybody that can prove themselves in a distance relationship. Now, one of the greatest tests in a relationship is distant relationship, because every relationship must pass through tests, and that is to show if this person truly loves you or not. If you want to know the love of that person, the amount of love or the true love of that person, it comes in a distant relationship. You might find it in your relationship that you are facing a distant relationship. That is an outcome for you to prove if that person truly loves you. Do you understand this? Now, in distant relationship, it's not everybody that can handle it. It's not easy, yes, to be distant away from somebody that you love because you always want to see that person. But that is the greatest test. It is a battle. Battle in a relationship that you, if you find yourself in that outcome, or if you find yourself in that scenario, you need to overcome. If you can't overcome a distant relationship and prove yourself that you truly love that person, then you don't really love that person. Love is all about sacrifice. So every test in our relationship comes to make us prove our love for that person. So test comes in a relationship to prove our love for that person. Or what a built-up relationship is love. And what is love? Love comprises of every aspect of life. Patience, endurance, sacrifice. Love is sacrifice. And if in a distant relationship you cannot keep yourself, that means you cannot sacrifice for that person. In a distant relationship, you are sacrificing the nearness of that person to you, the closeness of that person to you. The closeness and the togetherness is sacrificed for a little while. It's not going to be permanent, but it's going to be temporary. And you needed to overcome. And if you as a person cannot overcome in a distant relationship, then you don't really love that person. A lot of people love you when you are closer to them. When you are far away, they tend to find another person to complement that aspect, to fill up that space. Anyone who can fill up a space when you are not around does not love you. That means the person cannot sacrifice. The person cannot hold himself or herself for you. In a distant relationship, if you as a person can overcome and that relationship leads to marriage, then you can fight any kind of battle in life. Because you have proven that in this aspect of a test in a relationship where others cannot overcome, you overcome, then you can overcome any kind of relationship because you are ready to sacrifice. Love is sacrifice. Are you ready to sacrifice the nearness and the closeness of that person without filling up that space? That space of that person, without filling up that space, then you are a true lover. A true lover will be tested in different aspects of life. And in relationship, you will be tested. Nothing comes easy in life. Nothing comes easy in life. You might find yourself in a distant relationship. There is a test coming. Can you hold on to that person? That is a test. And it's not everybody that find themselves in a relationship. Even you that you are closer to that person in a relationship, there is a greater test coming there. Every relationship faces tests. And if you can prove your love for that person through sacrifice, then you truly know what is called love. You know the meaning embedded in every letter of love. And you break up because the distance is too much, because you cannot handle it, then you can never handle any situation in marriage, because it is relationship that leads to marriage. If you can overcome problems and challenges in relationship, especially distant relationship, imagine yourself having a relationship with a husband that always travels. If you can overcome a distant relationship and you can still stick together, you can still hold yourself. Sacrifice through constant communication. Through constant communication with that partner. Then I tell you the truth, you can also do that in marriage. It's not everybody that can handle a distant relationship. As long as the person has proven to you that he or she is ready to stay with you, as long as you know that that person is meant for you, as long as you know that that person is so serious, then you can stay for that person. You can wait for that person in a distant relationship. The only time when distant relationship makes you to break up or breaks up is because most people who you wait for are not serious. Most people are not ready to prove themselves, and that is why the distant relationship does not last, because they don't prove themselves. I tell you the truth that if two people are in a distant relationship and they keep proving themselves through trust, 1, constant communication, 2, and there is no doubt in them. If a man is proving himself to you and every bit of his movement, trust, communication, constant communication, trust, no doubt, and you believe and that person is serious, then why can't you stay? Why can't you wait for that person? Because the person has proven himself to you. Then if that person could prove himself to you, then you prove yourself in that aspect by waiting, holding on in that distant relationship. It's only when a person does not prove his or herself in a relationship and begin to put doubt in you, that is when distant relationship. So if you find a person who keeps proving herself or himself in a relationship when the both of you are distant, it shows that that person is what? Trustworthy. It shows that that person is serious. It shows that that person is worth it to wait for that person. It is not permanent. It is temporary. And every temporary thing will surely come to an end, because there is joy in the morning. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ellington West Ministries, and also Instagram at Ellington West Ministry, on Facebook at Ellington West Ministries. I love you. God loves you more. Bye.